Today we have plenty of news on the Samsung Galaxy S22, and that's coming up right after this. So today we've got plenty of updates on specs and features of the upcoming Galaxy S22 from Samsung. Before we get started though, please like the video if you're a Samsung fan, let me know in the comments what device you're actually watching today's video on, and make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a thing. So the first story of the day is about the 4nm chipset that could be powering the Galaxy S22. Last week, Evan Blass tweeted all the details about the 888 successor, currently known as the SM8450, and today we've got some more information. It's thought that this chip may be called the Snapdragon 895, and some sources are claiming that it won't be coming until Q3 of next year, which would be too late for the S22, but others disagree. Digital Chat Station, who has recently dropped a lot of reliable leaks, has said that the chip is already being sampled by smartphone manufacturers and that it's a bigger improvement than we saw last year from the 865 to the 865 Plus. We're unsure at the moment if this SM8450 chip is going to be essentially the 888 Plus or if it's going to be the new 895, but we'll update as soon as we find out more. Next up, we have news that the Galaxy S22 Ultra is going to be the only one with a glass back. In this year's releases, both the Plus and the Ultra had a glass back, while the standard model was plastic. According to a South Korean insider, this time it's going to be the Galaxy S22 and the S22 Plus that they're going to have a plastic back, but it's going to be manufactured using a brand new processing technology. While many see this as bad news, Samsung are getting better at making plastic backs feel more premium, and it will help Samsung reduce the cost of the Plus model. On top of this, it also differentiates the phones better from Samsung's point of view and helps the Ultra stand out more. Next up, we've got news on the displays for the Galaxy S22. While many blogs are quoting Navar blog, as far as I can see, this leak first came from MoriQHD. He tweeted to give us all the display sizes for the Galaxy S22, and while the Ultra has stayed the same, it looks like the standard and the Plus are actually getting a reduction in display size. According to the leak, the S22 is going to be a 6.06 inch display compared to the S21 6.2 inch. The S22 Plus is going to be a 6.55 inch display compared to the S21 Plus's 6.7 inch, and the Ultra is going to remain at 6.8 inches. He also states that the Ultra will have an LTPO display for adaptive refresh rate, which implies that the other two will not. Of course, smaller displays are likely going to mean smaller capacities as well, as the overall size should be smaller, but we'll take this leak with a grain of salt until we get further detail. That being said, when it comes to leaks, MoriQHD has proved his reliability many times before. Of course, there is also still a rumour going around about no in-display selfie camera on the Galaxy S22, but it seems to be coming from a single source. We'll update when we hear more on this, but it's important to remember if the technology is good enough and it's ready on time, then it's at least going to be in the Ultra, and if it's not good enough, they'll just leave it out. Samsung won't do something that's going to harm sales, so if it is left out, then it's probably for the best. Overall though, the Galaxy S22 is looking like a great smartphone, and as always, there's a model to suit your needs. It's going to be the first time we see the Samsung and AMD partnership in action on the S range, and I'm excited to see what result that has. For those of you waiting, we're now going to run through the expected specs, design, and the pricing for the whole Galaxy S22 series to help you guys decide if this is the phone for you. For my regular viewers, you guys have seen this, so skip to the next video, but if you are new here, then make sure you hit subscribe and we'll get right into it. So first of all, we've got the standard Galaxy S22. The Galaxy S22 is going to come with a 6.2 inch dynamic AMOLED display. We're expecting a Full HD Plus resolution of 1080 by 2400 and of course a 120Hz refresh rate. When it comes to the selfie cameras, we're unsure if it's going to have a punch hole or an in-display selfie camera, as this is of course the budget-friendly model, so we usually find some compromises, and we're also expecting a plastic back instead of glass. On the rear, it's likely to be a triple camera setup consisting of a wide, an ultra-wide and a telephoto camera. It's going to be powered by either the Exynos or the Snapdragon system on chip, and while we know the Snapdragon chip is model number SM8450, we don't know its exact name just yet. It's likely to come with 8 gigs of RAM and a choice of 128 or 256 storage, and this will of course be UFS 3.1. It's likely to be powered by a 4000 mAh battery, and while fast charging charging has not been confirmed yet, it's likely going to be 25 watts. It will of course have 5G, Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2, and it of course is going to run One UI 4 based on Android 12. And for those of you that are waiting for the S22, it's likely going to start from $850. Now next up, we've got the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. The Galaxy S22 Plus is going to be coming with a larger 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display, and going by previous releases, it's likely to be a Full HD Plus resolution of 1080 by 2400, and it will have a 120Hz LTPO display. When it comes to the selfie cameras, we don't know what sensors they're going to be using, but it is likely to adopt the in-display selfie camera. On the rear, we're likely going to see another triple camera setup, and again it's going to be a wide, an ultra wide and a telephoto. It's going to be powered by either the Exynos or the Snapdragon system on chip, and again we don't know the exact name, but the model number is SM8450. It will likely come with 8 gigs of RAM and the choice of 128 or 256 storage, and again this is UFS 3.1. It will likely be powered by a 4800 mAh battery, and we're expecting to see some fast charging improvements, but we still haven't had any leaks on the battery yet. It will of course have 5G, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2 and of course One UI 4 based on Android 12, and for those waiting on the S22 Plus, it's likely going to start from $1100. Now finally, we've got the most premium model, the Galaxy S22 Ultra. The Galaxy S22 Ultra is likely to come with a 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED display, but this time with a Quad HD Plus resolution of something like 1440 by 3200. It will of course be an LTPO panel with a 120Hz refresh rate, and we're expecting a high screen to body ratio. We're expecting an in-display selfie camera on the front. When it comes to the rear, we can no doubt expect a quad camera setup with the additional laser autofocus. As with the smaller models, we should see a wide, an ultra wide and a telephoto, but on the Ultra we usually get a periscope camera with optical zoom. It should be coming with a choice of 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, and also 128, 256, 512 and maybe even 1TB storage. It's likely to be powered by a 5000 mAh battery, but again we don't know what fast charge it's going to offer. It's going to have 5G, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2 and run on One UI 4 based on Android 12. And when it comes to the price, unfortunately, as we know, it's going to be expensive. We can pretty much expect a starting price of around $1300. So while leaks are still a little bit light on the ground, we are starting to get a bit of information coming in, and as we get closer to launch, more and more details will come to light, and as always I'll share them as they do. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Who out there is excited for the Galaxy S22, and what model are you waiting for? But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.